Have you ever wondered what it was like to sail into the unknown, with no map to guide you, just the stars, and a burning desire for discovery? Today, we're diving into the age of exploration, a time of immense bravery, incredible risk, and world-changing consequences. We'll follow the wake of two of history's most legendary navigators, Ferdinand Magellan and Captain James Cook. Their voyages weren't just about finding new lands, they were about challenging the very limits of human knowledge and endurance. Let's set the scene. It's the early 16th century. The world map is full of blank spaces, labeled with warnings like "Here be dragons." Spices like cloves and nutmeg, now common in our kitchens, were worth more than gold. The race was on to find a direct sea route to the legendary Spice Islands in modern-day Indonesia. This is where Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese mariner sailing for Spain, enters our story. In 1519, he set out with 5 ships and about 270 men on a mission that seemed impossible: to find a westward passage to Asia. Imagine the conditions. These were wooden ships, creaking and groaning with every wave, tossed about by violent storms. The food was infested with rats and weevils. The water was putrid, and diseases like scurvy were a constant, deadly threat. Magellan's crew faced mutiny, starvation, and the sheer terror of sailing into uncharted waters. After more than a year of searching the South American coast, they finally found a treacherous, winding passage. We know it today as the Strait of Magellan. It was a monumental achievement, but the real challenge was yet to come. After navigating the strait, Magellan and his remaining crew emerged into a vast, calm ocean. He named it the Mar Pacifico, the peaceful sea. But this peace was deceptive. They sailed for 99 days across the Pacific without sighting land. The crew was reduced to eating leather from the ship's rigging and sawdust to survive. Their gums bled, their teeth fell out, and many perished. It was a grueling testament to human suffering and resilience. Finally, they reached the island of Guam, and later, the Philippines. It was here that Magellan's journey took a tragic turn. He became involved in a local conflict and was killed in battle in 1521. He never completed his circumnavigation. But his story doesn't end there. Under the command of Juan Sebastian Elcano, one ship, the Victoria, with only 18 of the original crew, miraculously made it back to Spain in 1522. They had done it. They had circumnavigated the globe, proving definitively that the Earth was round and revealing the true, immense scale of our planet. Magellan's vision, paid for with his life, had forever changed our understanding of the world. Now, let's jump forward about 250 years to the mid-18th century. The world map is more detailed, but huge swaths of the Pacific Ocean remain a mystery. European powers are still competing for territory and trade, but now, there's a new motivation: scientific inquiry. The Royal Society of London, a hub of scientific advancement, wanted to solve some of the era's biggest geographical puzzles. Does a massive southern continent, the Terra Australis, exist to balance the northern land? This is where Captain James Cook, a brilliant navigator and cartographer from humble beginnings, takes the helm. Cook's voyages were different from Magellan's. While still incredibly dangerous, they were meticulously planned scientific expeditions. His ships, like the HMS Endeavour, were floating laboratories. On his first voyage, from 1768 to 1771, his official mission was to observe the transit of Venus from Tahiti, a key astronomical event. But he also had secret orders: to search for that elusive southern continent. Cook was a master of his craft. He used cutting-edge technology for the time, like the newly invented chronometer, which allowed for the accurate calculation of longitude. This was a game-changer for navigation. He was also obsessed with the health of his crew. Learning from the horrors of earlier voyages, he experimented with diet, enforcing a strict regimen that included sauerkraut and citrus extracts. Because of this, he was remarkably successful in preventing scurvy, saving countless lives and enabling his ships to stay at sea for years at a time. On his 3 epic voyages, Cook mapped the Pacific with astonishing precision. He charted the entire coastline of New Zealand, proving it was 2 islands and not part of a larger continent. He was the first European to make contact with the eastern coast of Australia, which he claimed for Britain. He sailed further south than anyone before him, crossing the Antarctic Circle, and proving that if Terra Australis existed, it was a frozen, inhospitable wasteland, not the paradise some imagined. He also explored the Hawaiian Islands, which he named the Sandwich Islands. However, Cook's legacy, like Magellan's, is complex. While his mapping was a monumental scientific achievement, his arrival in these new lands, which were of course home to vibrant, long-established cultures, marked the beginning of profound and often devastating change for indigenous peoples. The introduction of new diseases, conflicts over resources, and the eventual tide of colonization that followed in his wake are a crucial and somber part of his story. His own life ended tragically in Hawaii in 1779 during a violent dispute with the islanders. So, what can we take from the tales of Magellan and Cook? They were men of incredible skill, ambition, and courage, who pushed the boundaries of the known world. Their journeys were filled with hardship and triumph, forever changing our maps and our understanding of the planet. But they also remind us that the age of discovery was also an age of encounter, an encounter with consequences that are still felt today. The history of exploration is not just about lines on a map. It's a deeply human story of connection, conflict, and the enduring quest to understand our place in the world. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through history. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to our channel for more stories about the people who shaped our world. Let us know in the comments which explorer you'd like us to cover next. See you in the next video.